There you go. Thanks for joining. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. And you?
I'm good. I'm good. So yeah, the idea of this video was to have your feedback on the bootcamp, on how it was and everything. So maybe first you can maybe introduce yourself. What's your background and so on.
Yeah, sure. So I started programming like 3 or 4 years ago, and it was in JavaScript mainly. And I wanted to make a switch uh, to something a bit more interesting, technically speaking.
Mm,
So I did some C at school, and
okay. Okay.
I wanted to try Rust,
Mm,
so that's what I did.
mm. Okay. And what was interesting for you about Rust rather than C or
Yeah. Um. So I know that a lot of people might say that Rust is cool because it's safe and everything. That's a fact. But
Mm,
what I like the most is I think Rust is fun to code with
mm,
because there is like this game you're playing with the compiler. Uh, trying to make it compile, and
mm,
it's another way to think about programming, because when you do, for example, C, it's straightforward and you just do your thing, and you
mm,
might cause some safety issues,
mm,
but in Rust you have to think about things you're not used to think about. You know what I mean. And so even if you don't program in Rust after, the simple fact to think about all this stuff make you a better programmer, even in JavaScript or
mm.
any other programming language.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you understand better programming concept and also what are the flows of other languages, also like C or JavaScript. Yeah, totally get it. And so you started with C and then decided to go on Rust. And so you also joined. So you joined the bootcamp. And
Yeah.
what was the reason for joining the bootcamp?
Um, so learning Rust is easy, the first steps, but
Mm,
when you want to do something more than just some CLI tools or algorithm in Rust,
mm,
and learn real technologies like Axiom, Leptos, SQLX, etc.
mm,
You have to have a structure to learn. And I knew you from a little time on LinkedIn, and
mm,
I've seen your journey in Rust. I've seen you from TypeScript to Rust.
mm.
Uh, I thought to myself that you were a good example and a good a good example to follow. So that's why
Mm,
I joined the bootcamp, and the bootcamp is well thought, with a good structure, and
mm,
everything goes. So the first 2 weeks it was uh, a reminder for me, because it was
mm.
some Rust fundamentals.
Yeah.
Uh, but after that, when we started to use Axiom, SQLX, Leptos, it was
Mm,
totally new for me. And
mm,
one thing that I liked also, and I know that you insist a lot on this, is that
mm.
in the end, um, you learn to deploy the application. It's not
Yeah.
only on local, and
Mm,
that's another thing, because it's not as easy as for instance deploying a React app. You go on Vercel and on 2 click it's done.
Yeah. Mm.
Here there is a lot of things to do, but in the end it's working. And yeah, by the way, I deployed an app after the
Yeah.
become. It's not an app for production purpose or things like this. It's like it's a YouTube clone. I showed you, and but it was interesting because it made me think that it's possible to do some full stack application in Rust, and that's pretty interesting because we hear a lot of people say no, it's overkill or whatever, but actually you can do pretty awesome stuff. And today with AI, it's not as hard as it could have been like 5-6 years ago.
Yeah, definitely.
You can really just code and it works.
Yeah, definitely. And you say, yeah, you were mentioning your project. Do you think having a project is except from the part of just learning, do you think a project is important to have from a career perspective or?
Yeah, I believe so because I mean for a post for an offer like for a JavaScript job, it will be not that much important because everyone has
Yeah.
app deployed with JavaScript. But for Rust, it's different. And even if, as I said, my application was just a test to try Rust in production, uh, it's like I'm probably above 70 or 80% of people wanting to land a Rust job. So yeah, I think it's important. First of all, for learning purpose, but also to demonstrate that you're able to have something that is working in Rust and with a scope that is a bit large, not too large, because I didn't want to spend months
Yeah, of
on
course.
this. I did the main the main project. Everything was done in 2 weeks, and it was just adjustments I had to do the days after. But yeah, in 2 weeks I had something deployed in Rust, Leptos, and I think it's a good thing to have.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, to be able to focus on the 20% that produce 80% of result is very, very important. Yeah.
That's a thing we talked about because at first I wanted to go on a project with a big scope and something really for production purpose, but it was my first Leptos app, and it was time consuming. A lot of things I didn't know that well about Leptos and things, and so you told me do something with a scope tinier and go at the end of this project, and so that's what I did, and now
And
I'm
you did well. Mm-mm.
yeah I did well, and now I'm confident enough to try to go on a bigger project and deploy something bigger with a bigger scope, because in the end it's just the same with longer deadlines, but it works the same.
Mm-mm. And so, what did you think also about the support on the with the Discord, or when you had questions? Did it help you or?
Yeah, sure. Uh, what I liked was the fact that every week we had a meeting together, one to one, and it was really good to ask questions or maybe just talk about the job market and things like this. And I think it's a good thing to have it.
And yeah, also for the job market, I remember also we rehearse like a job process also and so on. So some questions that you might have and so on. Was it helpful for you, or if you can share a little thoughts about this?
Yeah, sure. Yes, it was really helpful to have some mock-up interviews because there are some questions that we don't anticipate. We just think that it will be some technical questions and things like that, and we handle them properly. But there are also some questions that we don't anticipate, and you bring this kind of questions, and it's really helpful to talk with you about this and to prepare for this kind of questions.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, sometimes you have challenging questions that you need also to prepare for. Oh, yeah, definitely. And so let's say there is a person who is not yet sure if you would join a bootcamp or coaching. What would you say to this person if he wants to learn Rust?
Yeah, but so as I said, you can try to learn Rust on your own, and maybe you will succeed, but it will take a lot of time. And to be fair, if you want to learn Leptos or things like this, the documentation is not that solid, or you know what I mean. So having someone who is using it daily and tell you how things work, etc. It's really important if you want to learn as quick as possible. So yeah, if your goal is to learn Rust, to learn Leptos, or maybe blockchain, because I know you have a blockchain
Yes,
bootcamp. So it's better to have someone to learn with rather than going solo. And even as I said, there are more like just learning. There are also preparation for interviews. There are also all these kind of things.
Okay. So thanks Hugo for your time, and see you soon. Bye.
See you soon.